O Master, grant that I may never see so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to...
Hello, I'm Madeline Pecora-Nugent, the Minister General of the Confraternity of Penitents. We are currently conducting a fundraiser called Repair My House from Francis's mission given to him from the San Damiano crucifix. Francis asked his cardinal protector of the order to write a rule for the lay people to follow, a religious rule of life that would reflect the simplicity of life, the poverty of life, the attitude of poverty for the lay people. And so that was a rule that was given to the lay people in the year 1221, and that is the rule which the Confraternity of Penitents is following today as lay people in our own homes, married and single, following a Franciscan way of life of simplicity, humility, poverty according to our state in life, joy, apostolate, meaning that we're going out and doing the spiritual and corporal works of mercy, fasting and abstinence, all the different types of things that the friars and sisters did, but doing it in our own homes as lay people in a humble and kind of unobtrusive way so that people don't really know what we're doing, but the Lord does. And so in this way, we are changing our society and our communities from our own perspective and getting into places where these wonderful friars and sisters, who many of you know, cannot go. They're not in the insurance agencies or the hospice centers. They're not necessarily in doing prison ministry and so forth. And so this is what the Confraternity of Penitents does, is get out into the world with the message of Christ just by how we live our lives and by witnessing to people.
My name's Sandy Seifert, and I am the regional minister of the Confraternity of Penitents here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I have been the minister for 2 years. About 12 members here in Fort Wayne. Some are in choirs, some are associate members, some are postulants, and some are novices. Myself, I'm a novice too. There's 3 years of novitiate. Desire in my life to lead a third order Franciscan charism came several years ago, and a friend informed me about the Confraternity of Penitents, and it sounded like something that would really be good in my life, because I welcomed the discipline and I like the formation process. It's long. You know, you can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. The formation is very good. The discipline is very good too. We have prayer, fasting, and our prayer life with the liturgy of the hours. Everything comes gradually. Each year you embrace more, either more penance or more prayer. So it's been a good journey, and one that keeps me focused on what I really consider important in my life, and that's my faith. We are called to all be witnesses of Christ's love to one another, and a lot of us have our own apostolates, our own ministries within the confraternity. I have had a homeless outreach that's been part of my apostolate, has been my apostolate. And other people have other things that they do, but through this walk, you naturally want to reach out to your neighbor. You love more, you're more in touch with what God's will is for you in your life, and you're more open to hear what the Holy Spirit is calling you to do.
There is injury or pardon flow, and where there's now true faith in you, make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. And where there's sadness, ever joy. O Master, grant that I may never see.
My name is Sister Almeida. I'm a former member of CFP. I found them online 3 years ago, and I started formation online, and my formator was in Canada. I was looking for a deeper relationship with Christ, and through that formation, I started discerning becoming a sister. And through the CFP, I found out about this Franciscan Sisters Minor in Fort Wayne. The CFP changed my life by learning about penance, to simplify my life, and fraternity, charity, love of neighbor, like Francis. And I learned to live the gospel. I'm still learning to live the gospel of Jesus Christ, the gospel of love. And that's what Pope Francis is telling us to do, to love the poor.
Since the Confraternity of Penitents moved their main office here to Fort Wayne from Rhode Island, we received a property just down the street here from St. Andrews that it's a fairly large property, a nice house on it, and a garage which we're converting into a chapel and bookstore, and we have another outbuilding on the property that we're going to convert into a hermitage, and we want to be able to have confraternity members be able to come and visit.
The Confraternity of Penitents has had a significant impact in my family prayer life. It's been a beautiful development over the number of months where we have started praying together as a family. Or my son asks me, could you read to me from the Bible before we go to bed? And it's actually one of the things a member does anyhow. We prayed the rosary together in the evening. And just a few nights ago, for the first time, my daughter asked if we could go through the breviary together. So it's been a beautiful thing, has helped my relationship with my husband and depthen our love for each other, not only our faith.
Hello, my name is Alice Poremski, and about a year and a half ago, my husband and I relocated to Fort Wayne for our retirement. One of the things on my mind was to learn a little self-discipline. We'd raised a large family, but it was time to recapture that. I was also interested in a simpler, humbler life. Madeline Nugent was a guest in our home, and during that time I had an opportunity to ask her some questions and to speak to her about the confraternity. The one thing she said to me that made me interested and made me feel like it was possible to live this life was that entry into the life was a process. At first you begin with prayer, more prayer in your life, learning the Liturgy of the Hours, and then the next year or year and a half, learning about fast and abstinence and doing fast and abstinence. And of course the third was to live a simpler life, and this has to do with clothing. I was also interested in the confraternity because of a personal desire to live and spend time in retirement doing the spiritual and corporal works of mercy. We had a desire to share our home with Franciscan parents and families of the Franciscan friars and sisters and nuns, visiting their family members, but also to welcome people into our home that might be inquiring about life as the Franciscan life. Even though I haven't formally entered the confraternity, I'm now in the inquiring stage, just attending meetings and listening and praying more. I'm very interested in this building project. We'll have a chapel on grounds, and there'll be a bookstore, and the possibility for guests to come and pilgrims to come and spend time in the hermitage.
It takes money. We have to put in a new sewage and ADA bathroom and bring everything up to code. But it's a beautiful property. The Shanley family who donated it to the diocese, Mr. Shanley was very involved down here at St. Andrews for many years. Like I say, it's going to take some work, and we're working on it. You know, we have over 200 members in the Confraternity of Penitents worldwide, and we're just getting started, but we sure could use your help. Thank you.
Feel free to join our chapter. Just come to a meeting, see what we're all about. You know, we have a good formation process. It's strict. We do, our prayer is our primary focus, but we have fellowship afterwards too, and often we have a potluck. and we all consider each other, you know, neighbors, friends, and the love amongst us is very deep. So please join us sometime. We would welcome you.
I just want to take a moment to thank all of you for being with us today. We appreciate your generous support for the completion of the chapel, the bookstore, and the Hermitage project. We appreciate you. God bless you.